This is All India Radio. The news read by Meenuti Chatterjee. All arrangements have been put in place for assembly elections in Haryana and Maharashtra tomorrow. Polling will be held for 288-member Maharashtra Assembly and 90-member Haryana Assembly. The high-voltage campaigning in both the states ended last evening. In Haryana, the key parties in the fray are the ruling Bharatiya Janata Party, BJP, the Congress and the Indian National Lok Dal. As many as 1,169 candidates, including 104 women, are vying for 90 assembly seats, out of which 17 are reserved. Nearly 1.83 crore voters are eligible to exercise their right to franchise. In Maharashtra, nearly 8.9 crore voters will cast their votes for electing their representatives for the 288 seats of the state assembly, out of which 53 are reserved seats. Out of these voters, more than 4.5 crore are men and around 4 crore are women. Altogether, 3,237 candidates, including 235 women, are contesting in the elections. Voting will be held in 96,661 polling stations set up by the Election Commission of India across the state. This assembly election in Maharashtra is a battle of two alliances, Mahayuti, Grand Alliance, including majorly the BJP and Shiv Sena on one hand, and the Maha Aghadi camp, including Congress and NCP mainly on the other. Counting of the votes of Haryana and Maharashtra Assembly poll would take place on Thursday. By-polls will also take place to 2 Lok Sabha constituencies and 51 assembly seats in 17 states tomorrow. The 2 Lok Sabha seats where by-polls will be held are Samastipur in Bihar and Satara constituency in Maharashtra. Assembly constituencies for which by-polls will be held are 11 seats of Uttar Pradesh, 6 in Gujarat, 5 seats each in Kerala and Bihar, 3 in Sikkim, 4 each of Punjab and Assam, 2 each of Tamil Nadu, Rajasthan and Himachal Pradesh, and 1 seat each in Odisha, Telangana, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Meghalaya, Puducherry and Arunachal Pradesh. Counting of votes for both the assembly elections and the by-polls will be held on Thursday. Indian Army hit terror launch pads in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir today in retaliation to ceasefire violation by Pakistani troops. Indian troops also targeted Pakistani army posts which have been actively trying to push terrorists into Indian territory. Indian Army used artillery guns to target the terrorist camps which have been actively trying to push terrorists into the Indian territory. Few launch pads in Neelam Valley have been destroyed and also some fatalities were reported. Retaliation by Indian Army comes after Pakistani troops resorted to unprovoked ceasefire violation in Tangdhar sector of Kupwara district. 2 Indian soldiers and a civilian were killed in firing by Pakistani troops. There is also cross-border firing along the international border in Kathua. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has said that negotiations between India and the US on a trade deal are going in full speed. She also expressed the hope that an agreement will be structured soon. The ongoing trade deal negotiations briefly came up for discussion during a pull-aside between Mrs. Sitharaman and US Treasury Secretary Stephen Mnuchin at the IMF headquarters. Mnuchin is scheduled to visit India early next month. India is demanding exemption from high duties imposed by the US on certain steel and aluminium products under their Generalized System of Preferences GSP. President Ramnath Kovind recalled the strong bond of friendship of the people of India and Philippines for decades. He said the diaspora has grown remarkably over the last few years and all of them are contributing to the economy and society of the Philippines and the image of India in that country. Addressing the Indian community at a reception in Manila today, he said New Delhi needs Indian diaspora's support and helping hand. He called upon the people to avail the opportunities that India offers for innovation, investment, research and education. Mr. Kovind will leave for Japan tomorrow on his final leg of the two-nation visit. In Britain, after the UK Parliament forced him, Prime Minister Boris Johnson sent 3 letters to the European Union to request another Brexit delay. Meanwhile, Johnson refused to sign the letter, which was a photocopy of a draft set out in UK law. In cricket, India declared their first innings at 497 for 9 against South Africa on day 2 of the third and final cricket test at Ranchi. Rohit Sharma hit maiden double test century today. Rohit scored 212 runs from 255 deliveries before losing his wicket to Kagiso Rabada. And that is the end of this news bulletin.